The 2-3-5 pyramid, football's first attacking formation. Imagine this: 2 defenders at the back, 3 midfielders in the middle, and 5 forwards up front. 5! That's right, teams used to play with 5 attackers all lined up across the pitch. This formation dominated football from the 1880s all the way to the 1930s. Back then, football was all about scoring goals, not stopping them. Teams would just throw players forward and hope to outscore their opponents. In the 2-3-5, those 5 forwards would spread across the entire width of the pitch. The 2 centre forwards would stay in the middle, while the other 3 would drift wide, creating passing options everywhere. It was chaotic, exciting, and produced tons of goals. But as teams got better at defending, the 2-3-5 started to fade away. Still, when you see modern teams like Manchester City under Pep Guardiola push everyone forward and create a similar shape in attack, they're actually using ideas from this 140-year-old formation. The 4-2-4, Brazil's attacking revolution: 4 defenders, 2 midfielders, and 4 forwards. This formation changed football forever when Brazil used it to win the 1958 World Cup with a 17-year-old Pelé. What made the 4-2-4 special was how it balanced attack and defence. The 4 defenders gave more security at the back than older formations, but the team still had 4 attackers to score goals. The 2 midfielders had to work incredibly hard, covering the entire middle of the pitch. When Brazil attacked, their fullbacks would push forward, turning the formation into almost a 2-6-2, overwhelming opponents with waves of attackers. It was beautiful, fluid football that showed the world a new way to play: the 4-3-3, the most attacking formation in modern football. 4 defenders, 3 midfielders, and 3 forwards. This formation became famous with Dutch total football in the 1970s and was later perfected by Pep Guardiola's Barcelona. What makes the 4-3-3 so attack-minded is how it uses space. The 3 forwards spread wide across the pitch, stretching the defence. The central striker occupies the centre-backs, while the 2 wingers stay wide or cut inside to shoot. In midfield, you typically have 1 defensive midfielder and 2 more creative players ahead of them. These advanced midfielders connect with the forwards and make late runs into the box, creating even more attacking threats. Liverpool under Jurgen Klopp used this formation to devastating effect with their front 3 of Salah, Firmino, and Mane. The key to making it work is having technically skilled midfielders and forwards with pace, who can press high up the pitch and attack quickly when they win the ball. The 3-4-3, 3 defenders, 4 midfielders, and 3 forwards. This formation gives you attacking power without sacrificing defensive stability. It became popular again recently, with Antonio Conte's Chelsea winning the Premier League using it in 2017. The genius of the 3-4-3 is in the wing-backs, the wide midfielders who run up and down the sides of the pitch. When the team attacks, these wing-backs push forward, essentially turning the formation into a 3-2-5 with 5 attackers. The 3 forwards can stay narrow, allowing the wing-backs to provide width, or they can spread wide themselves, creating all kinds of problems for the defence. Either way, it creates lots of passing options in the final third of the pitch. The 4-1-2-1-2 diamond: 4 defenders, 4 midfielders arranged in a diamond shape, and 2 strikers. This formation is all about controlling the centre of the pitch and using 2 strikers who work together. The diamond midfield has 1 defensive midfielder at the base, 2 central midfielders on the sides, and an attacking midfielder, the number 10 at the tip, just behind the strikers. This creates a narrow, compact shape that's perfect for quick, short passing. The 2 strikers are the key to this formation's attacking power. They can play as a traditional big man/small man partnership, with one holding up the ball and the other making runs behind the defence. Or they can both be mobile, creating space for each other and the attacking midfielder to exploit. AC Milan used this formation during their dominant years in the mid-2000s, with Kaká playing at the tip of the diamond behind 2 strikers. The formation creates a natural overload in the middle of the pitch, making it easier to keep possession and play through tight spaces. The 4-2-3-1, the most popular formation in modern football. 4 defenders, 2 defensive midfielders, 3 attacking midfielders, and 1 striker. This formation gives you numbers in midfield without sacrificing defensive stability. The attacking power comes from the 3 players behind the striker, typically a number 10 in the middle and 2 wingers on either side. These three can interchange positions, create chances, and score goals themselves. The lone striker needs to be strong, able to hold up the ball and bring others into play. But they also need to be a good finisher, as they'll often be the most advanced player. Real Madrid used this formation during their Champions League three-peat from 2016 to 2018, with Casemiro and Kroos as the defensive midfielders, Modric slightly ahead of them, and a front four of Isco/Bale, Benzema and Ronaldo. The formation allows for creativity while maintaining balance. The 3-5-2, 3 defenders, 5 midfielders and 2 strikers. This formation gives you extra bodies in midfield while still playing with 2 strikers up front. It became popular in Italy, with teams like Juventus using it to dominate Serie A. The 5 midfielders usually consist of 2 wing-backs, 2 central midfielders and an attacking midfielder. The wing-backs are crucial. They provide width in attack, essentially becoming wingers when the team has the ball. The 2 strikers can play off each other, creating space and chances. One might drop deeper while the other stays high, or they might both stay high and look to run in behind the defence. The 3-5-2 works best when you have central defenders who are comfortable on the ball and wing-backs with exceptional stamina. It can struggle against teams that attack down the wings, as the wing-backs can get caught upfield. The 4-4-2 with a false 9. This is a modern twist on the classic 4-4-2. Instead of having 2 traditional strikers, one of them drops deep into midfield, becoming what's called a false 9. Pep Guardiola's Barcelona perfected this approach with Lionel Messi as the false 9. Messi would start as a striker but then drop into midfield, creating confusion among defenders who didn't know whether to follow him or stay in position. This creates a numerical advantage in midfield, while still maintaining the threat of attackers running in behind. When the false 9 drops deep, the other forward and the 2 wingers can make diagonal runs into the space behind the defence. It's a complex system that requires intelligent players who understand space and movement. But when it works, it's almost impossible to defend against, as Barcelona showed during their dominant years under Guardiola. The 4-2-2-2. 4 defenders, 2 defensive midfielders, 2 attacking midfielders, and 2 strikers. This formation is popular in South America, especially Brazil, and has been used effectively in Europe by teams like RB Leipzig. The attacking power comes from the 2 number 10s, who play behind the strikers. They can drift wide, come inside, or make runs beyond the forwards. The 2 strikers stay high, stretching the defence and creating space for the attacking midfielders. What makes this formation special is its flexibility. In defence, it looks like a 4-4-2, but in attack, the 2 attacking midfielders can position themselves in half spaces, the areas between the centre and the wings, creating a box-like structure in midfield that's difficult to defend against. Manchester United, under Sir Alex Ferguson, occasionally used this formation, with Wayne Rooney and Carlos Tevez as the attacking midfielders behind Dimitar Berbatov and Cristiano Ronaldo. It creates natural triangles all over the pitch, making it easier to keep possession and progress the ball. The 2-1-4-3, the ultimate attacking formation used by Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. 2 centre-backs stay back, 1 defensive midfielder sits in front of them, 4 players form a line in midfield, and 3 attackers stay high up the pitch. This is probably the most attack-minded formation in modern football. When City have the ball, they essentially have 7 players committed to attack, the 4 midfielders and the 3 forwards. The key to making it work is having technically excellent players who can keep possession under pressure. The defensive midfielder, often Rodri, has a crucial role, screening the defence and starting attacks. This formation is all about creating overloads, situations where you have more players than the opponent in a certain area of the pitch. City will often overload one side, drawing the defence over, then quickly switch the play to the other side, where they suddenly have a numerical advantage. It's a high-risk, high-reward approach that requires exceptional players and a coach who understands positional play. But when it works, it produces some of the most beautiful, effective, attacking football you'll ever see. So there you have it, the most attacking formations in football history, from the old-school 2-3-5 pyramid to Guardiola's modern 2-1-4-3. Each one represents a different approach to the same problem: how to score more goals than your opponent. What's fascinating is how ideas from 100 years ago are still influencing the game today. Football tactics are always evolving, but the basic principles remain the same. create space, use numerical advantages, and put the ball in the net. Which attacking formation do you think is the most difficult or easiest to play? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed learning about football attacking formations, hit subscribe for more Football Explainer videos. If you've got hypes left this week, use one here to push this video up the leaderboard. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.